Welcome to The Root Cause, a podcast that takes a deep dive into all things manufacturing, sponsored by Mass Group.
Welcome in, everybody, to our deep dive, this time into the world of no-code, low-code solutions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buzz around it these days, especially for manufacturing leaders.
Right.
We've got a really fascinating research article from Applied Sciences.
Okay.
And really, our goal here is to see if this trend is all hype or if it's truly transformative.
Right.
And what it could mean for your operations as a listener out there.
It's definitely more than hype. I think just the manufacturing landscape is evolving so rapidly, volatile markets, intricate supply chains, the constant need for agility.
Yeah. It's a lot to keep up with, for sure.
Yeah.
And the article really hits on that, talking about enterprise resilience as the key to not just surviving, but thriving.
Right.
In this environment. It's not enough to just react.
Yeah.
You need to anticipate.
It's the thing. But the catch is that traditional software development, which is the way that most companies try to adapt, is notoriously slow and costly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The article cites that the average development project can cost upwards of $2.3 million.
Wow.
And over 30% are just completely abandoned.
That's gotta hurt.
I bet that resonates with anyone who's dealt with IT budget overruns and missed deadlines.
Yeah, for sure. So isn't that where this low-code, no-code comes in?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the faster, more agile alternative, right?
Yeah, that's the promise. Instead of wrestling with complex code,
Right.
these platforms use visual drag-and-drop interfaces that let you build applications even if you're not a programmer. Now you're building powerful tools to manage your factory floor.
So for someone running a busy manufacturing operation like a lot of our listeners are, what are the tangible benefits?
Yeah. Well, the potential is significant. The article highlights speed and agility as major advantages.
Okay.
Imagine cutting development time by, say, 80%.
Wow.
That means you can respond to market shifts faster.
Yeah.
Potentially winning new contracts because you're able to adapt your production processes quickly.
Right.
That's a competitive edge.
And less reliance on expensive external developers, too. That could translate to serious cost savings.
It really could, yeah. And one of the most exciting aspects for me is the potential to empower in-house teams.
Oh, okay. How so?
Imagine shop floor supervisors with their deep knowledge of operations, building apps tailored to their specific needs.
Wow.
No more waiting on IT to develop solutions that might not fully grasp the nuances of the production line.
That's huge.
Oh.
So it sounds like there are a lot of potential benefits here. But the article also mentions some potential downsides, too.
Of course.
It can't all be sunshine and roses.
There are some valid concerns. Scalability, for one.
Okay.
Can these platforms really handle the complexity of a large manufacturing operation?
Yeah. You think about all the moving parts.
Exactly. And what about vendor lock-in?
Ooh, that's a good point.
What happens if you need to switch platforms down the line?
Yeah.
And then there's also the shadow IT problem. People building apps without IT oversight,
right,
which could open up a whole can of worms when it comes to security and data integrity.
Yeah, security is a big deal. And, when we talk about these systems being connected, data integrity, making sure that data is good is absolutely critical.
Absolutely. It's crucial to have clear governance in place, even with low-code, no-code.
Okay.
You need to ensure data security and prevent unvetted apps from compromising your systems.
That makes sense.
One thing that often trips people up is data integration.
Okay.
Manufacturing environments typically have a hodgepodge of different systems and databases.
Right.
And connecting all those systems to your low-code platform can be a real headache.
Right. You don't want to end up with a bunch of siloed applications that can't talk to each other.
You don't want to do that. That defeats the whole purpose.
That defeats the whole purpose of low-code, no-code.
Exactly. So it's important to choose a platform that offers robust connectors and APIs that can easily integrate with your existing systems. You need a platform that can speak the language of your factory floor.
So there are definitely some things to consider before you jump in.
Right.
Head first with this. Now, one thing that I think often gets overlooked with low-code, no-code is the importance of customization.
Yeah.
How much flexibility do you have to tailor these solutions to your specific needs?
That's a great question because at the end of the day, every manufacturing operation is unique.
Right.
You can't just rely on a cookie cutter solution.
Exactly. So how do you strike that balance then?
Right.
You don't want to get bogged down in complex coding, but you also don't want to be limited by a platform that can't handle your specific requirements.
It's a delicate dance.
Yeah.
If you have a team of experienced developers, you might opt for a platform that offers more flexibility and control.
Okay.
But if you're relying on business users with limited coding experience,
Uh-huh.
you might need a platform that's simpler and more user-friendly.
Right. You need to choose the platform that matches the skill set of your team in the complexity of the solutions that you're trying to build.
Exactly. And let's not forget about data.
Okay.
One of the biggest promises of low-code, no-code is the potential to unlock data insights.
Okay.
And make them accessible to everyone.
Tell me more about that. How does that play out in a manufacturing context?
Well, traditionally, extracting and analyzing data from manufacturing systems has been a bit of a black art, often requiring specialized skills and software.
Right.
But with low-code, no-code, you can empower people on the front lines to access and analyze that data themselves.
So instead of waiting for IT to generate a report, a production supervisor could build their own dashboard to track key performance indicators in real time.
Exactly.
That could be huge for identifying bottlenecks and improving efficiency. What about the learning curve? How easy is it for people with no coding experience to actually build applications using these platforms?
Well, that's the beauty of low code.
Yeah.
It's designed to be user-friendly, even for people who aren't programmers.
Right.
But there's still a learning curve involved.
Yeah.
You can't just expect someone to pick up a platform and start building complex applications overnight.
Right. It takes time to learn the interface, understand the concepts, develop best practices.
It does. Fortunately, many platform vendors offer training courses and certifications. There's also a lot of online resources and communities where people can share knowledge and best practices.
So there's a lot of support available for people who are new to low-code development.
There is.
That's encouraging. This has been a really insightful conversation.
It has.
But I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
What are some key takeaways you want our listeners to walk away with?
I think the most important message is that low code, no code is a powerful tool that can help manufacturers address some of the most pressing challenges they're facing today.
But it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
You need to approach it strategically. Choose the right platform and be willing to invest the time and resources to learn and implement it effectively.
Right. It's about taking a proactive approach to innovation.
It is.
And finding ways to empower your people to solve problems and improve your operations.
Exactly. And I think we're just at the beginning of this low-code, no-code revolution.
Oh, wow.
The possibilities are truly limitless.
This has been a fantastic deep dive.
It has.
Big thanks again to Mass Group for their support.
Yes.
Their focus on providing easy-to-implement, highly configurable solutions really seems to be hitting the mark, especially with this growing interest in low-code platforms that we've been discussing.
Yeah, it's a natural fit. Mass Group gets that manufacturers need solutions that are powerful but also adaptable.
Right.
And their approach aligns beautifully with the core principles of low-code development.
We're all in this together, figuring out how to leverage these powerful new tools to transform our operations and create a more agile, efficient, and innovative future for manufacturing.
That's a great message to end on. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the future of manufacturing.
Until then, keep innovating.